I need a hell yeah. Hell yeah. A 316, you can smell what I'm cooking like the ROC. I put the K in the trunk, it ain't a 223. And I forever scream out, long live Dopey. I need a hell yeah. Hell yeah. For the folks like me that work a 9 to 5 to try to catch our dreams. I need a hell yeah. Hell yeah. For the folks that scream that I bet $100 you are not like me.
No, they're not like us because nobody's had the tag titles for 2,900 some odd days. It's Pete Daddy Dollar and James Dillinger. This is the Awful Wrestling Podcast. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty upset that you forgot the exact number this week.
I had to go with a roundabout number this week.
We might even be at 3,000 now. You don't know.
We could be close. It's getting there. July's slowly creeping up, so we're getting closer to that number. But no, it's good to be back. We are watching which TNA pay-per-view is this?
Rebellion.
Okay.
Hoping Cardona wins right here.
And hey, Horny Alf, what's going on? CB from Scotland. Damn, hail, brother. Hail. Good to see you. This right here, I turned my eyes to the screen for about 10 seconds now. That's the most live TNA I have watched in 20 years. Since probably like
you quit after about 3 years.
since about 2014, honestly.
They peaked at Steiner Math. That's where they peaked at.
Right.
That
was I quit watching after the Monday Night Wars ended again.
If you really think about it, that's probably the most watched TNA fucking clip of all time is Steiner Math.
It is, absolutely.
Not that they don't have good wrestling. This is good right here. Well, that wasn't, so I almost fucking killed them. But anyway, hopefully Cardona wins since they took the fucking belt off his wife for no goddamn reason. Because
is this a fat miniature Obafemi?
I don't know what this is. I actually don't even know who that guy is, to be honest.
He looks like a fat, like smaller Obafemi.
He's the only person in the match I've never heard of. Somebody will probably get pissed at me, but oh well.
And Vikingo's over here right now, which is interesting because we just saw him in the crowd at was it WWE? Raw? Yeah, it was WrestleMania.
Yeah. He was on the pre-show too.
He was ringside when the greatest luchador in the history of luchadors, El Grande Americano, won.
Yeah. They don't they have their working relationship with WWE, so there's been a few WWE people on the thing already. Like the NXT people show up on here.
Mm-hmm. I've seen like highlights on some YouTube videos and stuff that cover it. I'm glad Zelina Vega won. Draven, I'm just gonna start calling you Gavin. And I wear leather, and I'm calling you Gavin. Like that's your new name.
Apparently, Pete has not looked in the top corner of the stream we're watching the wrestling on.
Yeah, it is awful wrestling opinions.
Oh, did you see did you see the top corner of the screen of the stream we're watching the pay-per-view on? There you go.
God damn it, James.
Just so you know, Draven, it says Pete's gay.
God damn it. This fucking guy. Vikingo isn't Mexican enough for me.
No.
Tony.
He's fucking midget though, Jesus.
Who's this fat? Is this Suge Knight?
No, that's fucking Top Dollar from WWE.
Oh,
from the
was it the Hit Row?
Yeah,
that's the group Swerve was in. What up, Gap After Dark? Good to see you, brother. What the? This is how they're gonna get.
Moose gonna spear him with him on his shoulders because that'd be dope. Oh. Anyway. Back to them taking the belt off Chelsea Green. I'm still upset about it. I haven't gotten over to it. It's been about two days.
Uh-huh.
I do not like Selena Vega. She also peaked as Andrade's manager.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
No. I don't know. They've done so long, like with burying her so bad that it's hard to take her as a serious champ. This thing's like cutting out like a motherfucker. Anyway, we could talk about something else then.
Yeah. Jesus. So did you watch SmackDown?
I did watch that. That's how would I know that they took the belt?
Well, I mean, obviously it's all over the headlines. And
I watched the whole thing.
Did you?
The TLC match was, and I don't care. People are like, "Oh, it was okay." I think it was in the top 3 of all time as TLC matches. It was pretty damn good.
I didn't see the match. I didn't see that.
No, well, I'll go back and watch it. It's pretty good.
If it was that good, it's worth watching back then. The Street Profits ended up retaining in that, though. I do know that. And I mean, okay, can we just talk about Tommaso Ciampa being clean shaven and how fucked up that looks?
It's weird. It's weird. Apparently he hurt himself or something. I don't know what he did. Would he put a hole in it or something? I don't know what he did to fuck it up, but he does not look normal.
No, it look
also missed 2-1. The hell has happened here?
It's fucking, it's weird as fuck. Like, yeah.
Oh no, nobody won. That's just a fan's fucking replica hanging there. I thought somebody won the fucking match. I'm dumb as fuck.
I was like, they're all just laid out. Did somebody go over?
Yeah, well, I seen the belt sitting there next to them, so I thought it was like somebody won it and hung it there. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. All right, anyway. Back to SmackDown. SmackDown was better than Raw. Parts of it were better than some of WrestleMania. I think the highlight of Raw, we talked about it on your podcast on Monday.
Yeah,
was probably the new Dangerous Alliance.
Yep.
I've seen some stupid shit in multiple places. People like add Becky to it. We don't need females in it. We don't need intergender. We don't need intergender stables. There's like 7 intergender stables in WWE right now.
Yeah.
The original Dangerous Alliance had Medusa in it, which really added the value of the stable. And Becky Lynch can be a good heel when she wants to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Has she been a heel in WWE? I'm trying to remember. No, when she first came in, she wasn't she?
Yeah. Dude. I can't even remember if Becky was ever a heel. I'm looking at it like, yeah, okay, so we do another Dangerous Alliance. I'm absolutely down with that. You know, Becky Lynch being in it, I'm not like all in on that, but if she did, it makes sense because her and Seth are both heels now. You got Braun Breaker. You need another guy, though. I mean,
yeah. Another thing I seen was people they should add Austin Theory to this stable.
I've heard that.
That would be the death of the fucking stable. Austin Theory couldn't get over if you had him beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I promise. If he did that, wait a minute. He did that.
Wait,
he's still fucking over.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know why and Austin Theory he's like the definition of $1 million body with $0 worth of chemistry.
He has every
charisma.
talent. He's not even bad on the mic. It's what you're saying, the it factor. There's no it factor. The stuff he's saying is good. He looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
It's just not believable coming out of his mouth.
No, not
maybe
at all.
Maybe as a baby face. I don't know. He kind of looks like a dick, but maybe he'd get over better as a baby face.
Yeah, and he was Vince McMahon's handpicked boy.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that might be the reason why he gets, I mean, other than the fact he couldn't get over he couldn't get over a wall of toothpicks with a fucking extension ladder.
That might be it. Because they tried that same thing with Drew McIntyre when he came in.
Yep.
This is Vince's guy. He's going to be the guy, and everybody is shit all over it. And he ended up in 3MB. He got released, and he came back better. So I don't know.
I kind of think they're like intentionally burying him, which it doesn't take much work to bury somebody like that. But you know, like he's got nothing going for him anyway. I mean, him and Grayson Waller together. I mean, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. And I don't hate Grayson Waller. They're an odd tag team. Like, I don't know. It's just, and Austin Theory, yeah, if you put him in that stable, it's DOA. It is fucking DOA. No, I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody that would fit and make sense and then has ties to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
I don't think it's going to be Brock Lesnar. But
no.
You already got 2 main event guys in there. You already
Yep.
have.
Who's your lower card guy then?
I don't know. I think it needs to be a call up from NXT. I'm not sure who. I'd have to look at the NXT roster right now.
What about Bronson Reed if he came back?
I think Bronson Reed, I think that they're going to do another kind of different bloodline. He'll end up with Solo, and they'll just fucking keep fucking that bloodline thing until it's done. And they're going to fuck the bloodline thing like they did the NWO.
Oh, my God.
Beat it until people hate it.
The,
Another 10 years before people think it's cool again.
hasn't the bloodline been running since 2019?
I think 2020. I think during COVID. I can't remember.
So it's almost surpassing the NWO then. It's
yeah, probably. NWO went from May 96 to damn near the end of the 2000. So yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's probably already past it.
Yep. Yeah, if we look at total time there, not counting the WWE abomination.
NWO.
That doesn't count. That was just bad. But no, I don't, because they tried to do that before with War Games. Bronson Reed joined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that, and then and I'm not the biggest Bronson Reed fan. I know, like, Tony hates him. He's like, guy's a bum. Draven says the same thing. I'm like, but as a mid card like monster heel, he works. Like, the
does
guy.
Tony want to come on and talk to us?
Tony, are you free, or I think you're still out and about working? But I'll just throw you a link if you're able.
Yeah.
If you're able, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Ethan Page right now. You bring him over.
Yes.
I think he'd fit in there. I love Ethan Page, and I think that I personally would like him as a top guy. I don't think the WWE crowd is going to buy him as a top guy. Like, he's a top guy in NXT.
Yeah.
He's a top guy in TNA. He could have been a top guy in I just don't see with the WWE crowd the way they are. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, though. You never know. He's kind of small, but sometimes, WWE crowd, like, where they put the belt on Rey Mysterio, but I don't know. I just don't see them ever getting behind Ethan Page enough to put the top title on him. But Ethan Page with, say, the Intercontinental title, that's fucking money. He would add value to the Intercontinental title. He added value, I think, even more to the NXT title, because it was, I think, with falling off after Braun left.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't watch much NXT, but the Ethan Page stuff, I'll try to catch highlights of, because I like him. He's a talented guy. He's great on the microphone. Tremendous heel work. That being said, the main roster for him, I see him getting lost in the shuffle, because the fans will be like,
if they're smart on this pay-per-view, so the main event of this pay-per-view is Ethan Page, versus Joe Hendry versus Frankie Kazarian. If I'm the booker of both places, I would be talking, because they're setting up a triple threat in NXT with Joe Hendry, Obafemi, and Trick Williams. I would have tonight Ethan Page pin Frankie Kazarian to become the TNA World Champion. I would have Joe Hendry pin Trick Williams, still keeps Obafemi strong, still keeps Joe Hendry strong, and then Joe Hendry is the NXT World Champion. I think it creates a buzz for both platforms for crossover appeal. Maybe I'm a fucking dumbass, but that's what I would do. Because they keep doing all these title matches between both promotions, but nobody ever wins, and people are going to get tired of it. Switch the belt. Fucking hell, they got 2 women tag teams in that 4-way women's match tonight for their knockout tag team titles. Let freaking the Metaphor girls win the fucking tag team titles.
Yeah.
Because if you keep giving them title matches between both brands and nobody ever wins one, they're going to stop. They're going to go, well, they're not going to win it, man. Why am I even watching this?
Yeah. If you don't have stakes on it, there's no point in watching. All right, Tony. Yeah, jump on when you're ready. I sent you the link, brother. There's no fucking point in watching.
So they're going to go to that match right now. Every time they show her, that freaking Santino's daughter, they go to a TNA or a NXT women's match.
Jeff Tremaine, the creator of Wild Boys, Jackass, and some other show. Jesus. Yeah, I fuck, dude. Where are they even at tonight? Where does TNA? Are they always on the road?
They're in Las
or-
Vegas. They're
they're
no,
in Vegas.
yeah.
Let's see. So Gigi Dolan, Tatum Paxley, Lash Legend, Jakar Jackson, Ash and Heather, Spitfire. Who the fuck is that?
Spitfire, they're a tag team from TNA.
That's a TNA tag team.
They're decent. Ash and
right.
Heather. Ash is that freaking
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke, yeah.
Dude, she was so much hotter like before she got all that
Yeah.
shit done to her face.
Yeah.
Like,
She is not attractive in person. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
Not.
like her fucking face is just meh.
No. I don't mean that to be mean, but yes. Stop getting lip injections. They look fucking dumb.
Yeah.
That goes to every woman ever.
It's terrible. Like, do you really
Especially when you overdo it and you look like a fucking baboon ass.
I was just gonna say a baboon's ass.
Guess what happens if you touch a baboon's ass? You get herpes. Probably the same thing that I'm gonna get from touching your nasty fucking blown up lips. So sorry.
It's okay. So
I'll let it upset me.
I think it's funny that Gigi Dolan is on mainstream wrestling after pulling a tampon out of her fucking coos and shoving it in another worker's mouth in the ring. I mean, is it just me or is that?
I don't know. I'm losing something there.
Yeah, you kind of froze for a second. The feed over here is
I'm
all
cutting
over
out.
the place.
I'm lagging up here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm running. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
my internet's fucking up.
Yep, the pay-per-view
hold on, let me
fucking
close
just
this.
lagged out.
I think
That
that's
just
what's going on.
lagged.
I don't know. The fuck is going on? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now.
I don't know. I wonder, did Uncle Dave's WrestleMania ratings come out yet?
I don't know. It's not. It's definitely my internet connection because I closed everything else on my PC, so I don't know what the fuck.
Let's see. Oh, I have Dave Meltzer's star ratings for WrestleMania.
All right.
All right, so we'll go in order. We'll start with night one here, and our opening contest. Jey Uso defeating Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship. What do you think Dave gave this one?
I don't know. My fucking internet's fucking up bad. We may have to end the stream. I don't know what's going on here.
All right.
I could wait till Tony jumps on and then jump off so I don't leave you alone. I don't know how long he's taking.
Let's see. Oh yeah, if you have to jump off, I can go alone if it's that bad for you until he gets.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's really bad on my end. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
All right.
I don't really have anything else open. I'll try to see what's going on and come back in. Give me a minute.
Yeah. All right, folks, they're just stuck with me. Let me pull this screen up over here, and we will take a look at these together here. So, yeah, here it is right here. All right. So here's your first one. I'm going to do this like we need something else here. Hang on a second. I need some background music. There we go. We'll go with the wolf back. Why the fuck not? So Uso, yeet. No yeet. This was a yeet. Jey Uso defeating Gunther to the World Championship. 3 3/4 stars. 3 3/4 star match from Dave. Now, if that was an AEW match, he would have given that, I'd say, at least 4 3/4 stars. be honest. Dave would have loved that match if it was no, he probably would. I'd say that was accurate. It's like when you see Tampa on Spot, you understand why Jim Cornette goes batshit crazy on independent wrestlers. Uncle Jim would never go. Jim Cornette would never go crazy on independent mud show outlaw bullshit, would he? Never. Never, 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 never. Shit. But no, we you know, I get that. I get that. That's like I'm not going to go into I won't start rambling about my match last night, but let's go here. We had New Day defeating the War Raiders to win the tag championships. 2 3/4 stars. God, I almost think that's being a little bit generous. 2 3/4 stars for that match. And I'll be as unbiased as I can because I've never been a New Day fan. Their tag work is obviously very solid. The heel gimmick is going well for them. So that's good. You know, good for them. I just have never been a New Day fan. Big E was like the only one I liked out of the whole group. As they were a group. Singularly, I did and was a fan of Kofi before the New Day. I did. I was a fan of Kofi's. I liked his work. I never saw him as a world champion though, like more of a mid-card guy. Although, you know, given his work, I mean, yeah, it was worth giving him a run with the title, but yeah, the way they ended that was no bueno. No bueno for Kofi. Let's see here. Let's go on to the next one. Jade Cargill defeated Naomi. 2 stars. Now, if the tag match got 2 3/4 stars, this Jade Cargill versus Naomi match, I feel that's these scores should be flopped around. Jade and Naomi should have got the 2 3/4, and the tag match should have got the 2-star rating. Because Jade and Naomi, you know, say what you want about Jade. Jade actually worked a good match. She looked competent. She got lost in the sauce a couple times, but Naomi and her pulled a good match together. And you guys know I'm not a Naomi fan. I've told you that. Never have been. Her promo work's been, that being said, her promo work's been solid. Her heel work is good. She brought it out of Jade at WrestleMania, and I think 2 3/4 is more accurate than the 2 stars. Meltzer had those backwards. What's up, Tony?
What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. Good to be here.
Happy Sunday, Wrestle Douche.
Yes. And the douche is ready to share some awful wrestling opinion.
I might be in the midst of one right now. We're going through Uncle Dave's star ratings for WrestleMania Night 1.
Yeah, I heard 3.5 for Jey Uso and Gunther. I mean,
3 3/4 for that one.
Oh, 3 3/4.
3
Yeah,
3/4.
I mean,
that was kind of accurate.
It was run of the mill, but I would have rated like Sami Zayn versus Gunther 3 3/4, and that seemed to have like better storytelling and passion than this match. And I also have to take into account the build up to the match as well. I mean, well, fuck, if I was taking that into account, yeah, this was definitely a 2.5 or 3-star, but cutting the fat off and just judging the match, maybe a 3, maybe. It really was just run of the mill. You know, yeah. Gunther had a better match last year. Jey Uso had a worse match last year. So,
yeah. And it's sad to say somebody had a better match with, you know, I don't know. Gunther is with Sami Zayn. You know, Meltzer is an asshole. Nobody fucking. Yeah.
Well, the thing with Sami Zayn, knowing that Vinny is in his corner makes him fight that much more harder and passionately.
Goddamn. Poor Vincenzo. He's not even here to defend himself against Sami Zayn's communist advances.
His astral form is going to show up. Motherfucker.
He asked, yeah. I want to see some astral projection. So what do you think of Jade and Naomi getting 2 stars?
Now, see, same thing. With the build up to this match, I could maybe rank it a little higher, which is, kind of inverse to the Uso Gunther match.
Mm-hmm.
The build up to the Uso Gunther brought that match down a bit for me. But the Naomi Jade storyline was one of the better told stories leading into WrestleMania. But yeah, Jade, I mean, she's got to get better. But the thing is, and I heard you talking about this with, I believe, Chris a couple weeks ago. I mean, there's not much else you can do. The woman has literally been trained by some of the best wrestlers in the world, whether it be Bryan Danielson, AR Fox. She's been through the WWE Performance Center. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what else you can do for Jade, but she has such a great look, such a great presence about her. But
even
she
if you
did
take
look lost.
Yeah. Even if you took into account the people that have trained her, that would probably be more the style she should be working, like a Ron Simmons or Dustin Rhodes or something like that. She still can't work their fucking style and make it believable. She doesn't do I that was probably one of her best matches. That was on SmackDown. Not SmackDown. Was it SmackDown or Raw? I can't remember. The fuck was the last match? SmackDown.
She wrestled Tiffy. She wrestled Tiffy on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what it was on SmackDown. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. I thought it was better than the WrestleMania match, to be honest.
It was, and Jade's cake looked delicious.
Oh, she looked good.
Her and Tiffany both. It's like, Jesus Christ, you talk about sensory overload. No, the match was solid, man. It really was. Yeah, almost better than the WrestleMania match. I'd buy that for $1. I'd take that.
Maybe it's the people she's working with. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't mix. I've had bad matches with people that I'm fucking really good friends with, and I've worked them a bunch of times, and every time we go out there, we have a fucking bad match. Sometimes you just have bad matches with certain people, and maybe that's the problem. I don't know.
Yeah. You know who didn't have a bad match?
What?
Me last night.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good match. Not that I was there or saw it, but it was a good match.
That's why I'm telling you I had a good match.
Wink, wink.
I know you weren't there.
Obviously not.
Not.
Anyway, yeah, like Naomi's bad, but there's certain people like Liv Morgan. Her match with Liv Morgan was really good. Like we talked about the other day when she works with Chris Statlander that couple times. Like the match where she lost the title was probably the best match she's ever had. The rematch she had wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad. Now she's had some really, really bad matches for the fucking tag team titles. Pretty much every one of them. She was the worst participant and looked horrible in every fucking one of those matches. Even at WrestleMania. What was that? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it may have been a hindrance. Not even maybe. It was a hindrance as well. That Tony Khan kind of kept her on her own island and not mixing up with the Jamie Hayters and Britt Bakers to even if her in-ring skill never gets better, just be able to kind of handle the moment or pass off times where she is lost, and now she's being thrust into that in WWE. And I mean, I hope she gets better, because again, her star power's off the charts, but I mean, you've got to be able to perform the basic functions.
She basically has the Goldberg syndrome. Goldberg, when he got to WWE, couldn't have a fucking good match with Triple H. Say what you want about Triple H. If you can't have a fucking good match with Triple H, you're probably not going to have a good match. Like, he can pretty much carry anybody to a good match.
Yep. Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, she has had a couple decent matches lately. Her WrestleMania match wasn't even that bad. It was a bad match for WrestleMania. It was a fucking horrible match on a WrestleMania card. A match overall, it was a decent match.
Yeah, like they could have... I know they had been building it up, but they could have put that TLC match on the WrestleMania card. And
Yeah.
save Jade and Naomi maybe for the SmackDown after WrestleMania, but then angle it somehow to where they don't get to finish it, and then they can finally have the big blow off at Backlash or something.
The time they gave to that, the time they gave to the Raw tag team titles could have went to that TLC match, and WrestleMania would have been a lot better because of that match.
Yep.
But looking at it this way, if that match wasn't on SmackDown, would it have be getting the praise? You know what I mean? It was the main event of SmackDown, and it was a fucking hell of a match. And WWE has not put focus on the tag teams. I mean, they have had a few matches like on SmackDown lately that have been the main event, but that was really a featured match where they were like talking about it the whole fucking show and like trying to put it over. And then it happened, and it was a really great match. The commentary put it over. Everybody did a great job, from like the production to every fucking thing. The producers in the back who put the matches together, all that shit. It was a great fucking match.
Can we stop having female main events every week on Raw? Like, I'm not. Yeah, it was the tag team.
Oh yeah,
it was the tag team.
No, it was the IC this week.
Was that the main
one? Yeah, it was Dominic and Penta, and then they went into because I thought that was the main event. And then they kept going, and Seth Rollins came out. And can I just real quick?
You're off the hook then.
Commenting on the Jade being a female Goldberg, I will say, like, maybe ring wise, like physicality wise, yeah, but what's always bugged me about Goldberg, and excuse me, I haven't stepped in the ring myself, I haven't been in the industry except for a couple commercials for a local Fed out here that I helped produce, but Goldberg walked into this industry acting like it owed him something. And I mean, they gave him everything. Hogan doesn't lose clean ever. Like, that's a extreme rarity for Hulk Hogan to lose clean without shenanigans or anything. They kind of handed Bill Goldberg everything, and to this day he kind of walks around like the business owes him something.
Yep.
Jade, I think I do think she was humbled when she got to WWE, but I don't think she walks around with that mentality. Which I can at least say that for. That's a big plus in my book.
I feel she actually respects the business to a much greater extent than Bill Goldberg ever did, because from day one he came in like, dude, James, and you can relate to this. It's like the guys that come into training and don't want to take bumps, but they only want to do shit to other people.
Yeah.
That's Goldberg.
Like, I think when Jade comes home, she's kind of proud to be a wrestler, and she uses it as a flex compared to Goldberg, who's probably embarrassed in front of his Falcons buddies, the people he played football with, to say he wrestles.
Yeah. Goldberg's I think one of those people that if he had to pay dues in the business, he would not have been around for a year. I wouldn't even give him 1 year.
No, he's very, very, very selfish and narcissistic when it comes to his work with other people, obviously. And he was never safe. He couldn't work his way out of it. He didn't know, to borrow an expression from somebody much greater than myself, he didn't know a wrist lock from a wristwatch.
I mean, like, take fucking Bret Hart out of the equation, and Goldberg hurt a lot more fucking people than just Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Like, a lot more people than just Bret Hart. People are always complaining about how fucking bad he was in the ring. That's just the person he hurt worse. You know what I mean?
And it was Bret Hart, so it was amplified a million times,
Yeah.
One of the best to ever grace the ring.
Best ever lace up a pair of fucking boots, bar none.
One of the highest paid people on the fucking roster that they paid out their ass for, and you fucking took him out of action like forever.
Dude.
Well, and 2 matches after that, right?
Yeah. Yep. Because he worked with Piper after that. Was that after or before?
But those matches were pretty bad too, because he was suffering from post-concussion syndrome, or maybe was still concussed, and it's kind of hard to watch those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
what a shame. And then again, it wasn't just the kick. It was like literally, I hear people make excuses for the kick all the time, and was the kick happening several moments after Goldberg let go of Brett's foot in the ring post figure 4. That's all he had to do was hold on to Brett's foot. And he let it go, and Brett smacked the back of his head on the concrete, then gets in the ring and gets kicked in the dome.
Yeah.
It's just more evidence, against Goldberg being one of the fucking worst wrestlers to ever succeed.
People always just 1 second. People always get fucking pissed off at Bret Hart, bitter this and bitter that and bitter that. Imagine somebody taking away the biggest love of your fucking life.
Yeah.
Taking it away from you. They just rip it out of your fucking hands.
It's everything to him. He was born and bred in this business.
If I came to your job and injured you and you could never work again if you liked your fucking job, you know what I mean? Either way, if you don't like your job, you're not going to make as much money. If I made you not be able to fucking work again, you're going to hate me for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And if you can't take that into perspective, then shut the fuck up. And I'm not even that big of a Bret Hart fan, but I like Bret Hart. He's decent, but go ahead. With what you were saying, sorry. Sorry.
No, it's fine, bro. No, it's the same. Like, I was never a huge Bret Hart mark, but dude, I'm not gonna not give the guy his fucking flowers. I mean, technically, one of the best to ever step in a fucking ring. Like Tony, and you said it. Wrestling is in the guy's blood. It's what he knows. It's his family's fucking lineage and heritage. And here comes some jacked up fucking meathead idiot who has no fucking respect for what the business actually is, and all he sees is a shitload of money, and I'm gonna be a fucking star. And it's fuck everybody else in my way. And you see this with guys coming into the business from other sports, football, mixed martial arts, things of the like, in the respect that they look when they get into a ring, they don't see like, dude, we get in there, you're my dance partner. We got to get the steps right so the audience fucking likes the performance. We got to sell it to them. And, getting somebody in there that just, they think that, you're my enemy. It's like, that's not how it works, bro. It's a fucking story. It's a work. And to quote Vince Russo, bro, it is a work, bro. Everything is a work, bro. It's all a work, bro. So don't get in there and look at the guy across from you like he's your adversary, man. You got to take care of each other and then go backstage and be like, all right, what could we have done better? What did we do good?
Yeah. People, and I'm probably going to take shit for both of you for this. People give Logan Paul a bunch of shit.
Okay? No, I like Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like Logan, even if I don't like him, the guy constantly talks about the wrestling business. He constantly uses all his platforms to put over the wrestling business. When they had him with the U.S. title, he took that fucking belt everywhere. You would see him on UFC pay-per-views with the fucking belt. Like, think about that. That's getting exposure from, like, whether you like it or not, a huge star, especially for, like, the people younger than us, we probably don't give a fuck about him, but other people do. And it's eyes on your product. You got little kids that fucking probably never watch WWE. They just know him as an influencer. They wanted to see his WWE match, who might have became wrestling fans because he was on there. Is he still adding value? I don't know. Did he add value when he was the U.S. champion? 100%.
I'd say he still does.
Yeah, he's not. He's good in the ring.
He, like, when he cuts promos, he reminds me of, like, almost an evolved Shawn Michaels. Like, what Shawn Michaels did well, it's almost like he's perfecting. Like, I can see him being better than Shawn Michaels if he dedicated himself to this.
Oh, yeah.
And, I've told Pete, I've been talking about this for a few months now. Honestly, one of my predictions for like a legendary rivalry in the future is going to be Logan Paul and Braun Breaker. If Logan Paul sticks with this, I think they could play off of each other well. Especially with Logan Paul as the heel and Braun Breaker as the baby face.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised to see his brother get in there as well, to be honest. I think it's a matter of time.
Fingers crossed he does, because I want to see a next-gen Steiner Brothers team.
And you guys, I think Jake Paul is actually the more charismatic of the two. Logan Paul.
I don't know as much about Jake as I do Logan, and the
only reason seeing his fight promos, he's fucking money. Like he talks, he's like really good on the mic, and he's just selling it. He's selling it like a wrestling promo, damn near.
See, I like Logan in WWE. I think he has, we always talk about this as being in the business and having promoted shows. It's like, you always want to get new eyes on the product. And the Logan Paul route, a guy like him, but like you said, James, to go back to your point, who's constantly putting over the business, which you don't even get that from the guys that are on the roster that came up through the ranks, through the indies.
This isn't fucking Snooki. This isn't fucking Lawrence Taylor. This guy's putting in the work. He's training. He's working really good. He's constantly working and constantly putting over the product. And not just he's doing it on his own platform.
Smoked beef and pork ribs tonight. Good stuff. That sounds delicious, brother. Hail. Yeah. Good to see you, man. All right, let's roll back to the star ratings here. Let's see what else we got here. Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight, Los Angeles Knight, to win the United States Championship. 3 3/4 stars. I would even go so far as to say 4 for that match.
I wouldn't say that Uncle Dave is too far off on that one. It was pretty good. It was decent. I would maybe, I don't know if it's 4. I think we hand out too many stars to shit. Like he gets 6 stars of stuff that's probably a 4-star match.
Yeah.
Anymore. Like you know what I
mean? This might be an unpopular opinion as well. It's not that I don't dislike him or I think he's like bad at what he does or anything, but I don't see the hype of Jacob Fatu. And like even on SmackDown, they had him come out and destroy Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and someone else. I don't remember. Who the fuck was it? Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and fucking someone. But like Jacob Fatu came out and single-handedly destroyed all 3 of them on SmackDown. And even the match with LA Knight, again, I probably agree with that star rating as well. But like my buddy is over the moon about Jacob Fatu, and it's like, dude, he's like Matt Hardy's size. Like, and I agree with the haters' take on this. Like, I don't believe it when he steps in there with Braun Breaker and kicks Braun's ass. Like, there's no way in like a real fight, and I don't care if he's been to prison. Like, Braun Breaker's a big motherfucker.
And he's probably about the same height, I would think. I don't know.
No, like Jacob Fatu's like the same size as Matt Hardy, just not size, but like height. But he's a little thicker.
How tall is Matt Hardy? You think about 5'11"? Because I wouldn't even say Braun is 6 foot. I don't think Braun's even 6 foot. I've never seen
or Braun Strowman. I meant Braun Strowman.
Oh, Braun Strowman. Okay, I thought you said Braun Breaker. I was like, Braun. Okay, all right. I get what you're saying now. That's what I didn't understand. Yeah. Okay. Now I agree with you. Yeah, he just beats the fuck out
my bad.
Strowman. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Now you're making sense.
But like, do you see the hype of Jacob Fatu? Because I don't. I like Jacob Fatu. He's over.
Yeah.
He's over.
Like High Chief of the Hood thing he was doing in like MLW. I just like the name, I guess. He got over with me just with the High Chief of the Hood. That just hooked me and kept me interested.
I need to watch some. I've only seen a few clips of MLW back when whatever his name is, a former writer of WWE who like owns it or whatever. He's been on a few interviews and talked about stuff that I looked up, but I haven't actually watched one of their shows.
I haven't either. I've never watched MLW.
I've watched a couple. I haven't watched a whole lot.
So Matt Hardy is listed at 6'2", 236. Jacob Fatu, 6'2", 285.
So yeah, they're the same. I don't think either one of them are 6'2", but
no, I'd say 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like a little weird to see Jacob Fatu come out and not just destroy, like completely destroy Drew McIntyre, but he's simultaneously destroying Damian Priest and then whatever that third wrestler was that I'm not fucking remembering from SmackDown. But like there were 3, like if not main event, then upper mid-card / main event guys.
McIntyre?
Yeah, it was McIntyre, Priest, and someone else. I'll look
LA
up
Knight, wasn't it?
results.
Yeah, I thought it was
LA Knight. Yes,
Yeah.
LA Knight. He fucking went through all 3 of them simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking joking? Like,
Yeah.
like effortlessly. Like they buried everyone in that segment for Jacob Fatu, and I'm like, again, I don't dislike the guy. I just don't see what justifies you clowning 3 of your supposed main eventers over this one dude, I guess. Like, I don't see the hype.
Yeah, you got 3 main event guys there. Maybe, I mean, he might even be 4, but like you said, he just ran through all of them pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like Roman Reigns didn't run through LA Knight like that.
Yeah.
No, they had a competitive match.
Yeah.
And Jacob, say what you want about Roman Reigns, but Jacob Fatu is no Roman Reigns. And I like the guy. I do. I like him. He has a more dynamic move set to a certain extent than Roman. He's a lot more agile as far as what he can do in terms of aerials and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know the hater gets down on him a lot. Like I see a big upside in him more so than I see with any of the other Samoans on the roster.
He's a better solo than Solo was a Solo.
Oh, absolutely.
Solo, the biggest mistake they made with Solo was ever letting him talk. That ruined all the fucking mystique of Solo Sikoa right there.
Yep. Once you gave him a microphone, it was over. It was like Lashley. Lashley's just don't let him talk.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't tell him that though.
I mean, you can let him say a couple things, but when you let him talk too much, you know what I mean?
Less is more with a guy like that. Less is more. Let's see what else we got here. So
I even feel that way about The Undertaker. Like I thought that The Undertaker didn't cut good promos, but The Undertaker's mystique was lost when he stopped being with Paul Bearer.
Yep.
And then he had to go to the American Badass almost when everything was done with Paul Bearer, like after the Ministry of Darkness and everything else.
Mm-hmm. El Grande Americano defeated Rey Fenix. 2 3/4 stars. Is it Phoenix or Fenix?
They said Fenix in AEW, and I was constantly saying, like, that's just the Mexican accent. It's like you trying to talk black in front of black people. Like, it's Rey Fenix, but now that he's in WWE, they say Phoenix.
Yeah,
okay,
so he says Phoenix.
Rey Fenix.
Yeah.
He loses.
Mm-hmm.
He loses 2 3/4 stars. I'd say that's about accurate for that match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Grande Americano won. He really he inspires me.
He's an inspirational character, Tony. That's what he's supposed to do, and I see it's resonating with you. So
if we don't get him versus El Generico, we're missing a fucking proper opportunity here.
I'm waiting for El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable.
That's going to be it. It's going to be good.
That's going to be a banger. That's a 5-star. Uncle Dave will give that 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
I got faith in him. All right, let's see here. Next up, speaking of bangers, Tiffany Stratton defeated Charlotte Flair to retain the WWE Women's Championship. 1 3/4 stars. Ooh.
I don't think that it was that bad. Jeez.
Damn.
He hates somebody there. He hates somebody in that match.
Yeah. Does Dave hate Charlotte or does he hate
I don't
Tiffy?
know. He just really, really likes Sasha Banks. That's what it is. Mercedes.
Yep.
Think about this: is he gave that match 1 and what did you say, 3/4 star?
1 3/4 stars.
And he gives every fucking Mercedes Moné match probably at least 4 stars.
Oh, easily. Easily.
And
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné has never had a match that is over 4 stars that hasn't included Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you when you go into a match with her, it's like bowling with a handicap.
Yeah. I mean, she's had some decent matches in AEW, but none of them are the stars that he gives them. Not a fucking chance. Like her match with Statlander was pretty good. Who else is she? I'm sure if she works Tony Storm at All In, that'll probably be good.
Yeah, but they just better not put her over.
Yeah. They're gonna lose Mariah May, and then they're gonna put all this money into Megan Bayne, and they're probably gonna lose her too. And I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was glad when Megan Bayne didn't win the title. I was like, please don't push her that fast. You're gonna fucking destroy everything if you give the belt to her right then. And I think they did a good job with it.
They did. They kept her looking strong. She shouldn't have had a match with Tony that quick, though.
No. Yeah, I don't even understand some of their booking choices. I don't understand.
It doesn't. Well, that's the problem, is you can't understand it because there's nothing to understand. It's all nonsense.
Yeah, he gave Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné 4 3/4 stars.
Oof.
Was that match that much better than Tiffany and Charlotte?
No.
No. I mean, I would put them close to the same thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, that.
Oof.
Yeah. God. No. This match was a fucking mess. Tiffany and Charlotte was an absolute mess. The whole program was a fucking dumpster fire. Charlotte's got the biggest ego, I think, in women's wrestling history.
Yeah.
I blame
her. I blame her, and maybe it's like, she's trying to act like her dad with the ego or whatever, but she's the veteran in this match or in this program, and the shots were really fired with her in that one promo where she just kind of went after Tiffy and caught her off guard. And I don't know, I keep telling myself maybe it's more of she's trying to show Stratton tough love. Like, hey, if you're going to be the future of this industry, you need to be able to deal with everything, the unexpected, fucking just whatever. You're going to have to be able to hang with the top people, and this kind of shit happens sometimes. But then, it did look like she potatoed her a few times during the match. And
yeah. I don't think we know what we're talking about because I'm looking on Cage Match and all these fans are fucking rating her 9s and 10s overall as a wrestler.
Who's that?
Mercedes Moné.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
How many accounts did she buy on Cage Match to have people do that? Because
some of them are called names like CEO this and CEO that. So, geez.
How many burner accounts did she have her people make?
This is Dave Meltzer's got like 43,000 accounts on.
Dave Meltzer's got all these accounts. Alvarez is trying to counter him with his burners. Let's see. In our last one for night one was Seth Franklin Rollins defeating Roman Reigns and CM Punk for the fat Jewish guy in a pole match. 4 3/4 stars.
Yes. Jesus Christ. Oh, you want to hear something? You want to hear something really funny? James Dillinger, 20 years experience, age 26 years old. I have been wrestling since I was 6, and I look fucking horrible for 26 years old.
You're in the worst physical condition of any 26-year-old I've ever met.
Bullshit. I'm fucking 6'2", 233. Fucking according to this thing.
Goddamn.
233.
You're a slim trim 233 pounds.
And the weird thing is they have like my actual birthplace on here, not like any birthplace I've ever used in the history of wrestling. My actual birthplace is out here. That's weird. I don't even know how they would get that.
That is weird.
Like the city. I've never even lived in the city where the hospital is.
Yeah.
That's odd as fuck. Oh, weird. Anyway, enough about me.
So 4 3/4 stars for the triple threat on night 1 with Punk, Rollins, and Reigns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? 4 3/4?
4 3/4.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking good. If it was an AEW, it would have got 6.5.
This is out of 5, right? Like 4 3/4 out of 5 stars.
Here's the thing. That's not far off, though. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes he's too generous.
Yeah, I would give it like maybe a 4-star. Like it was really good. It had me intrigued, but it wasn't like this all-time classic either.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is if that same match happened between fucking John Moxley and I don't know, freaking Okada and Omega, if they did the exact same match with every fucking move in that thing, it would have got like 7 stars. He's very biased to AEW.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
They could put on a fucking garbage match where fucking nothing happens except for aggressive tumbling and 700 falsies, and that's a 6-star match.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like we get it, Dave. We get it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it because, Dave Meltzer is definitely biased towards AEW, and it's like when I watch it, I just get frustrated because, again, that company, I see so much opportunity, and they squander it all. If they should turn left, they turn right. They do things that don't make sense, and the wrestling is okay, but it's not like I don't see a 5-star match every month with them or every 2 weeks or every week with them like Dave Meltzer does. It's kind of the same thing as Jacob Fatu, I guess. I don't see it.
To give you an idea from Dynasty, actually, he did give Mercedes Moné a low score on this, but he gave Nick Wayne, Action Andretti, and Leo Rush versus AR Fox and Top Flight 4.25 stars. That's I don't know if I watch wrestling differently. Like they do some cool shit. Don't get me wrong. They do a lot of cool stuff that nobody fucking remembers when it's over. That just makes people clap, and that's okay. Tell me 5 of their spots that they normally do. You know what I mean? People have recognizable spots that get over, and people like that. That's why WWE has higher ratings. Because they do stuff with that. You're laughing at me.
No, I agree, dude. Nobody's gonna remember the fucking high spots. They're gonna forget about them as soon as the fucking
they'll remember a couple. So fucking do a couple, you dumb fuck. Stop killing yourself.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just the whole, like, I'm sorry, but you can run a match 90 miles an hour and do nothing but fucking flips and high spots. And somebody's going to remember a couple of them. But for the most part, it's just the audience doesn't invest in that. They invest in the story you're trying to convey, the motivations of the 2 men that are in there fucking fighting. Oh, yeah. They want to know, who's this guy? Who's this guy? What's the conflict? What's going to happen next? You know, is he going to fucking do this? Is he going to do that? You know, how's he going to get back at him? Whatever. And that's the thing that sticks out in people's minds. We remember, yes, we remember matches because just how we're wired. But for the most part, for the casuals, it's the angles. And the casuals are the people you need to convince to watch your product.
That's the ones that we're going to watch fucking AEW, even if it's shitty.
We are.
That's how watch it.
Because that's how we're fucking wired that way, because it's like it's wrestling and we're wrestlers or we're hardcore fans. We're going to watch it. I'm
literally watching a pay-per-view talking to you about fucking wrestling right now.
Yeah.
That's how much I like wrestling. And it's not even a big company or something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a bunch of people on the internet are doing the same thing with this fucking pay-per-view. Like we are hardcore wrestling fans. We're going to watch regardless, even if it's shitty, just so we can talk about how shitty it is. That's half the fun. We do the same thing with WWE. I'm not even shitting on AEW. Like Tony said, they have so much fucking actually really good talent. They have good production. They have a lot of stuff. Their pay-per-views are better than WWE's pay-per-views by fucking far. They are, by far. Even the matches with the guys that work a little bit fast versus the guys that know how to fucking work, you know, the guys that will do a lot of fucking a few high spots and then like can actually work and draw the emotion out of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's not just clap after clap. They have a lot of guys that can work like that and do work like that in AEW. But then you watch their TV and it's all these fucking bouncing around stupid fuck after stupid fuck after stupid fuck. I don't give a fuck about Bandito versus Dragolistico. Make me care about it. Yeah. Make me care that fucking match is happening. Because I should be able to care that match is happening. And WWE has a few matches like that on the weekly show. But they'll have maybe, say if they have 7 matches on Raw, there might be 3 I care about. Okay? If they have 7 matches on Collision, there's going to be 1 I might care about a little bit. And that's the problem.
It'd be nice to get 7 matches on Raw. Like, that's WWE's new thing, too. And I thought about this when you mentioned AEW as better pay-per-views. Like, I kind of like the structure of AEW's pay-per-views more than you are. You're getting a lot of matches for the money you spend compared to WWE. Yeah. They're like, other than WrestleMania and maybe the bigger pay-per-view, SummerSlam or whatever, they're going 2 nights with everything now. So Jesus. Yeah. Like, you get 4 matches, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, the B-Show pay-per-views. It's a 4-match card. And meanwhile, they're charging more than ever for ticket prices. And I'm sure they get some dark matches and whatnot. But, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to get excited for a show when you see 4 matches.
I don't know. The last WWE pay-per-view I went to was SummerSlam of 2023, and they don't think they had any dark matches whatsoever.
Jesus.
There's only the matches on the card.
You see, that's...
Now, I went to a Collision taping one time, and they had some fucking dark matches before it, okay? Then they had their fucking 2-hour Collision, and then I swear to God, they probably had like 3.5 hours of fucking Ring of Honor to the point I wanted to fucking leave. I don't even know. I feel like we were there for like 6 hours for a fucking TV taping.
You come out. What day is it?
Oh.
And Ben's there, so you know how Ben is. Ben's just fucking. Ben loves everything wrestling, so Ben is like into everything, and I'm just like
it's like the Raws before they went live when they would be in like Norfolk, West Virginia, or whatever the fuck for the entire stretch from pay-per-view to pay-per-view for the whole 4 weeks from the. And the first week, the first Raw after a pay-per-view would be live, but then the next 3 would, and it was only an hour back then. But by the time you'd get to the go-home episode, like the crowd was not making noise.
Yeah. Thank you, WCW, for ending that.
Yeah.
If WCW gave us anything, it was ending all these taped fucking shows because nobody watched it now.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that, and again, like, things, or they'd build up Ahmed Johnson versus whoever for the whole month, and then you'd get to the pay-per-view, and turns out he's injured.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, oh shit, we didn't tell you because everything is fucking pre-taped.
Well, he said he got injured on a house show 2 weeks ago, and you don't know it because they don't know internet. Then you just buy the pay-per-view, and here you are.
Yeah, like you're watching the Go Home episode of Ronnie's kicking ass, and it's 6 days later, and what?
Shit, I'm getting ribbed right now by somebody from the locker room on my Facebook post because I didn't take a picture with them last night. So I have a feeling I'm gonna get my ass kicked on Wednesday.
Oh, tell her she's a mark.
It's Jackie.
Oh, I was thinking it was Maddie or whatever.
No, it was Jack. It was
she's a mark too.
It was Jackie. She's like, not one picture with SOS. I see how it is. I was like, you guys don't like me.
But here's the thing: is I knew it was a woman.
He wasn't fucking wrong. God damn it, he wasn't wrong. Hang on a second. We got it for that one. For that one, we got to switch brands here for a second because I need a very specific. I need a very specific clip for this situation here. Here it is.
Women.
There we go. I love that.
I'm not having sex tonight, so that's cool.
I wasn't worried about it. I'm not either, so we're in the same boat. Don't worry about it, bud. Let's go back over here to Uncle Dave and go to night 2, as we know Uncle Dave is smoking some of my shit. Io Sky Yo-Yo Ma defeated Bianca Belair, bro, and Rhea Ripley to retain the Women's World Championship. Where are we at? 5 stars for that match.
I agree. What wasn't perfect about that match?
That's the thing
it was the match of WrestleMania. It was the best match on the whole card. I'm sorry. I know we just dogged on women. Fuck women, I guess. But anyway, they had the best match.
No. Honestly, you really think this is the best match overall?
Well, it was better than anything I'm seeing that was on night 1.
You think this is better than the Rollins, Reigns, and Punk match?
Yeah.
I'm just asking, like you do. Okay.
In the ring or story wise?
I mean, this has.
We're talking about story and progression and everything. In all honesty, I told you what was going to happen with. I think everybody knew what was going to happen. Seth, that he was going to side with Seth.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a cool story, but we all saw it coming. But I don't know. I also said Io was going to win, which I don't think anybody believed me. I believe Cody told me to go fuck myself when I said that. we were like group chatting one day watching Raw or something. I'm like, I hope Io wins. He's like, shut the fuck up. Well, fuck you, Cody. Guess who won?
They underplayed her the entire buildup. They were making her the afterthought, and then she kept like doing a moonsault out of nowhere onto Bianca and Rhea or whatever. So
she didn't win. Go ahead.
Yeah, it would kind of bury her. And the only other option I could see was Bianca turning heel and siding with Naomi because they angled those two into the triple threat somehow, and then Bianca walks away with it. But yeah, they were really like foreshadowing Io Sky kind of winning that one, like not blatantly, but just the way they kept treating her like she was the insignificant in this feud when she's the one holding the title.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the tell to the fact that she was going to go over. But I mean, either way, I'm not an Io Sky fan. Like I said, respect the talent because she's talented. Man, the fucking stand and wait shit kills me. Like, and that goes for the men too. That ain't just with the women, but she fucking, I don't know. I'm like, come on. Now, that being said, I don't.
What the fuck is going on here? I don't know what this is. This is Mustafa Ali's entrance here. What the fuck is this? I'll watch it today.
Is it
Anyway,
a
go
fucking?
on.
Is it like a fucking? What is it? Is it like a Bollywood thing?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah.
God, I done lost my whole train of thought.
Sorry. I was in what you were saying, and I looked down.
Fuck was I even talking about?
EO, I believe we're talking about EO.
No, yeah, the EO Sky, yeah. No, I respect the in-ring work. She is talented. She does have some in-ring skills, yeah. Just where do you go with her as women's world champion? Like, who is chasing her now? Like, is it Rhea and Bianca again? Because we don't need more of that.
No, they need Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane needs to come back and face her.
Now, Kairi Sane, I am a fan of.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Bailey though, or not Bailey, but Becky. It's probably going to be Becky.
God, that's
probably what's going to happen. That's what's going to probably happen.
That's horrifying.
They need to heel the face her, and that's probably why Becky turned.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
see, I was hoping Becky turned heel to go after Lyra Bird Bitch's title.
I doubt it. Maybe. I think that'll happen. I think that'll happen first.
Yep.
But I bet Becky will be the person to take the belt off of EO.
Yeah. And then who's going to take, because somebody will take the Intercontinental title off of Becky.
Hopefully fucking Chelsea Green after the after the draft or whatever. That's what I'm hoping for. Chelsea Green is holding down the fucking women's mid-card scene in WWE. Like,
Tony and I were just having this discussion. She's Tony, you said she's an event.
She is. She's fucking great. Even like the clips she put on the internet after she lost the title, that was fucking better than anything that the current champion's going to put out on any social media or anything. She puts so much effort into, she's just like her husband, so much effort into her presentation and they let her do her presentation on TV. Like if you look at Matt Cardona versus Zack Ryder, when they actually let Zack Ryder be Zack Ryder, shit was good. Matt Cardona does everything fucking perfect on D&Ds. Anywhere he appears, he does his shit perfectly. And he always is using social media. He was like one of the first fucking wrestlers to get and understand how to use social media.
It's kind of crazy that Triple H didn't bring him back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the whole story there, but, you know, a decent Zack Ryder push. I mean, that's kind of owed to the fans.
Him right now, he's probably the most famous indie wrestler in the world right now. And he's still killing it on indies. He's not like some guy that got released and does sporadic indie fucking appearances. He's all like, if you go down your news feed, he's fucking all over it still.
Yeah, didn't they boo The Rock in favor for Zack Ryder at one point? Like in the prime of him getting himself over and Vince like holding him down, like fucking he is huge, man. Like no wonder he's lighting up the indies. Like dude's a fucking bona fide star, and that was in like at the peak of Vince McMahon thinking, no, I'll tell you what you will enjoy to the audience instead of listening to the audience. And yeah, you don't give them everything you want, but they kind of guide you along to the territory you need to be in. And, you know, not a huge Daniel Bryan fan, but he was over and they intentionally held him down and they were holding Zack Ryder down and they were shoving, you know, Roman Reigns down everyone's throats before the guy was ready.
Yeah, the one thing with like Zack Ryder and stuff was he was so over, they used him to try to get Cena over with the crowd.
Yep.
Cena was their top star. Like, think about his whole thing with Eve and Kane and all that shit and Cena. Mm-hmm. He was the star of that whole thing, and they just used him to try to get Cena over.
Yep.
That's incredible to think when you think about it. The guy that they want to be their top star, they're using this guy that got himself over on the internet to try to help get over your top star who's not getting over with the crowd.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, dude.
And he's still doing it to this day. He's still using Twitter, YouTube, anything, TikTok to get his shit over.
And he was the first one to effectively do that. and look at it, and look at how long it's kept him relevant and on the top of his game without outside of TNA, without being on a major company, which is either AEW or WWE or Japan or Mexico at this point, which, let's face it, now with them buying what was it, AAA, I mean, you got what, CMLL and
oh my God.
What else is down there? CMLL, and I mean, there's smaller ones, but
fucking Mike Santana almost just killed himself.
God damn it, Tito. God damn it,
Yeah,
Chico.
I need to correct you, by the way. Matt Hardy version 1 was the first to do this.
Okay.
So
he did.
Oh yeah. I guess. Yeah. He was.
Yep. You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
You are right.
I always forget about that one, Tony.
That was more like a pre-made gimmick for him. Was like, okay, a social media guy, but it did it was a bit ahead of its time as far as now. That is how, fucking Matt Cardona kind of set the blueprint for that.
But like you're saying, when they did the stuff with him and Edge, the internet helped fuel that. They used their show Bite This.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was the only episode of Bite This I watched because Lita was going to be on. So I watched Bite This, and they had Matt call in, and and it was a work. You knew it was a work once it happened, because why would they let Matt Hardy on the fucking phone or whatever on the show? They let him be one of the people he's talking to. But
yeah. The Matt Hardy gimmick, that is the first one.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right, Tony.
With the Matt Fax and the old media player looking thing. Yeah,
that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
We got Drew McIntyre defeating Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. 4 1/4 stars from Dave Meltzer.
I would say 3.5 tops, maybe.
Yeah. This match was beneath Drew.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Damian Priest.
I don't hate Damian Priest, but Drew McIntyre is a fucking star. Yeah. Damian Priest is not. He's good. He can.
He could get better.
He could
get better.
Yeah. He could. That's where I don't dislike him, but Drew is a fucking star. He looks like a star.
You should have a belt.
Yeah, he works like a star. His promos are some of the best in the fucking business right now.
Well, he should be like a Triple H, badass heel and not a joke.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's not in that position right now, Tony?
And he should have a badass rock theme as well. And not
because he doesn't do this. That's why. Then make the crowd get hyped and sell T-shirts and everything else. WWE's about money. See, now we're trashing WWE. You guys like it?
Yep, they do like it now. All the AEW neckbeards are like, "See, we told you they would come back. I told you."
That's him. I don't hate AEW.
I don't hate AEW either. I want them to be fucking good.
Yeah. I hate the fucking the super loyal fans on both sides. I hate fucking both of them. They're annoying as fuck. They both have shitty stuff. They both have good stuff.
Yes.
And they, like we were saying, sometimes they do matches better. Sometimes they do. AEW doesn't hardly ever do angles better. They'll never have better fucking angles until Tony Khan lets somebody else help him with the fucking booking. Like I've said it before, if you have Jimmy Jacobs writing for you and helping you and you're not fucking listening to him, nobody's going to help you. You know, Chris Jericho on their fucking TV, right, got over by clicking a pen because there's a callback to WWE. Guess who fucking came up with that? That was Jimmy Jacobs. Jimmy Jacobs came up with the click in the fucking list of Jericho. That was his idea to begin with. And he had, not that that's the greatest idea ever, but he got that fucking over. AEW doesn't have stuff like that that's over. They don't have like the small shit. I don't know. Like, give me an example of something like that, or something in AEW that's over like that. That's super marketable. That they're going to sell 1 million fucking t-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Like, I'm being serious. Give me somebody who's just super fucking marketable. Even TNA has Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry sells fucking merchandise like them for like crazy.
Marketable in AEW.
That they're all marketable, but they don't use them to where.
Like you're talking like somebody that could stand out as like a star above everybody else in AEW.
I think there's a lot of people, like Tony said, they don't use people in that
But
way. They don't push stories. They don't push.
No,
I don't know. They don't market the same way W did. They don't look at wrestling as a business.
No.
And that's the first fucking. It's wrestling business. That's the second fucking word. Stop calling it the wrestling business if you don't understand that it's a fucking business.
Yep.
That's not what the wrestling business is about. Stop saying fucking business after a thing, you stupid fucks.
Yeah.
Like, what is that thing I posted the other day where that guy's like, everybody's talking shit about fucking, what's her name? The girl we were just talking about. Fucking that beat Chelsea Green. Zelina Vega. Everybody's like, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. And literally, this guy comments on there, who cares what these fat fucking fans think if they don't like it? Blah, 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 this. I'm like, yeah, that's solid. Don't listen to what the fans like.
Yeah, don't listen
to the guys buying the fucking tickets.
Yeah, buying the tickets, buying the merch. Ain't nobody buying Zelina Vega fucking t-shirts.
She won and the fucking air got sucked out of the fucking building.
Yep. When she pinned Chelsea, it was go away. Fucking nobody cared.
Can she work? She can work like a motherfucker. Yeah, she can.
Yep.
She hasn't been over in 5 fucking years.
And
she hasn't.
She ain't gonna get over now.
The most over she's been is the match in Puerto Rico against Rhea Ripley. That's the most over she's been since right after her NXT call up with Andrade. When they buried Andrade, they buried her. That's what happened.
Fucking Andrade.
Andrade and her in NXT were over as fuck. I don't know if you ever watched it or even when when they first got called up to SmackDown, they were over as fuck. They were a highlight together, but they moved her so far down the card that nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I never don't. She's like one of those. She's so small. It's just like you're adorable. You're sexy.
You hate Roxanne Perez too. I like Roxanne Perez.
I don't like her either. Tony likes her.
I like her.
I'm
Roxanne
outnumbered.
Perez is fucking great. And actually, that's kind of similar to how Zelina Vega is as a heel. Zelina Vega is a better heel than she is a fucking babyface. And that's why the air got sucked out of the fucking building. Sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
No, the first time I saw Roxanne Perez was in the Royal Rumble this year, and she was amazing. Like, she was one of the VIPs of that match. Like, she was in it for a long time. I think she set the record. And she was just kind of everywhere. And then even at the end, when she was like scrapping her ass off against Charlotte Flair for a few seconds before Charlotte threw her out, like, she just impressed me. I mean, I don't watch much NXT, so I have.
It's better than fucking Raw and SmackDown, to be honest.
Yeah, I should watch it. Like,
Oba Femi's like one of the best fucking stars in the fucking company, and that's including the main roster people, in my opinion. The guy's only probably had 50 matches.
Can you stream it somewhere, or do you have to watch the CW?
Do you have a VPN?
Yeah.
Turn your VPN on and it's open Netflix. Set it to Mexico or something. Turn on Netflix and Raw, SmackDown, and everything will be on there. Even the pay-per-views or PLEs.
Shit, all right.
All you have to do is move out of, like, I just set mine to Mexico and it's commercial free. Everything's commercial free on there. So, like, you missed up, like, on Raw this week in between one of the commercial breaks, American Made actually come out and cut a promo. So the Mexicans got to see the greatest people of the, well, I guess El Grande Americano wasn't on there, but they talked about him. They did a whole promo about him. Only Chad Gable and the rest of the guys were out there.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, they have different stuff, and they don't go to commercial in the middle of the match and stuff like that.
Pretty sure El Grande Americano was out doing Make-A-Wishes for the children during that promo.
What else would somebody who's a national treasure do?
Yes. I was so happy he went over.
I know. I feel bad, dude. Okay, so Penta debuted, and dude, he's on a tear, right? Like he got over really well. You know, the crowd has accepted him, and he's working the style of WWE effectively and still getting his shit in. You know, I like Penta. Ray Phoenix, on the other hand, it just, and I'm a fan. I like Ray Phoenix. It just seems like,
what about fucking Dragon Lee, the future of the luchadors? What about him? Why is Ray Phoenix the fucking guy you picked and not the guy in the LWO that's Rey Mysterio's best friend? Why? Why, Triple H? Tell me. Why? Sorry. Why is the guy that's been on TV for 3 fucking weeks over the guy you're trying to build up? You want to know why? Because you're like Tony Khan and you got a new fucking toy to play with.
That, and like, I don't think anyone would like disagree that Triple H can be pretty petty.
God.
And I think he gets off on taking AEW stars and showing Tony Khan what they can be.
Channel my inner Dave LaGreca there.
Yeah, new toy syndrome.
Somebody.
But why? Tell me fucking why.
Penta
didn't have any part of that fucking story.
Penta eliminated himself in the Rumble, like, obviously, and we all had to just play make believe that didn't happen. Like,
that was the suspension of disbelief.
Hey, fucking Mil Mascaras did it first. All he's doing is copying other luchadors. Mil Mascara, when he did one Rumble and he eliminated himself to save face. He did like an off the top fucking rope move to the outside or some shit like that. Genius.
I'm gonna have to do that to eliminate myself from the Ronin Rumble.
Yeah.
I ain't taking a back clothesline over there. That ain't happening. That ain't gonna work for me, brother. No. I'll do what I did at the Rumble in January. I'll just eliminate myself. Or and like I did in January, I sat ringside, everybody rushed to get in the ring, and then I stood up, flipped everybody off, and walked backstage.
The first battle royal I was ever in was my first match. And I ran to the outside and I hid in the corner until the last guy won and stood up in the corner like this. And the promoter told me to go in there and just axe handle him and run away. And I thought I was fucking top shit ever since. You shouldn't put guys over in their first match. We just talked about Goldberg. Fucking Mark. Why would you put me over? Look at me now.
That's what happened to me. My first match, I fucking went over. And it's like, that's a mistake. That you shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
James, you kind of got ego. Well, that's your fault.
Whose fucking problem is that? I didn't create this. You created this. Now I have to live with it.
My first like year in. So like, let's say the promotion for the guy that like I was training with, like we won't mention any stuff I did in between. Okay. I started training with him in March. I did the thing in June. I did he didn't run every month back then, like most people do, or every couple weeks. He had like maybe 4 shows in between that show. And then he had me in a fucking 6-man with King Kong Bundy. How the fuck do you not get an ego with that?
Right.
Yeah. Not that I have an ego. I never thought I was a great worker, but I've always gotten over better than you guys that don't think I can work. Put your merchandise next to mine at the table.
Yep.
Sorry. I was kidding.
No, I'm the same way. It's like, yeah, that's how I always laugh, man. It's like people tell me I can't work. I'm like, but I can get fucking over. That's I ain't
I'll believe it's more money than you.
Yep. I ain't never worried about getting over. That's not when you got everybody in the back wanting to buy your shit, wanting to buy your shirts, then we can talk. Yeah. We can talk. But shit, I just sold a t-shirt to the promoter's brother, and I watched the promoter's brother take the promoter's shirt off and put mine on right in front of him. That was funny. That was a good rib, actually. That was a great fucking rib. And I didn't even plan it. I was just like, hey, you want to buy a shirt? He's like, yeah. So I just sold him. I figured he's going to put it on right there. He just puts it on. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's a cool shirt. He's like, yeah.
March on that moment, right?
It's like, who do you think designed that shirt? It wasn't me. Oh God! All right, back to the star ratings here. So we covered Drew and Damian in a roundabout way. Next up, we had the 4-way: Dominic Mysterio defeating Finn Balor, Braun Breaker, and Penta to win the Intercontinental Championship. 4 1/4 stars.
Not far off.
Yeah,
Not far off.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it.
I'm good with that. Tone?
I'm so sorry. I was saying what's up to Keeley. Which match is it?
The 4-way for the Intercontinental title between Dominic Mysterio went over on Penta, Breaker, and Finn Balor. 4 1/4 stars.
Again, I'd probably go with maybe like 3.5, 4 stars.
Okay, so I think okay, so you're in that range. All right. I'm all right with this one. And the reasoning is, number one, this loss is going to propel Braun Breakers, which we saw.
Yeah.
This propels him. Dominic Mysterio just went babyface like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
that was a turn. Like and I know people are gonna call me crazy for saying this, but that was a turn like the Rock and Hogan match. It just, but you know what I mean? Like, not the same magnitude.
No, but we didn't see it happening.
No, nobody saw that one coming.
He just beat Penta and Braun, 2 of their favorite fucking guys.
Yeah.
When he beat Balor, but at the same time, he just brought Breaker, just lost the fucking title. That's your guy.
Yep.
You're not barking. You're fucking happy that the new Latino Heat. And by the way, his Latino Heat 619 shirt, great idea. And this whole promo afterwards, where he's carrying the fucking legacy of 2 families on his back, money.
Now,
I like sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Like, I was listening to a Jim Cornette video earlier, and it was talking about, the fans kind of cheer for everything nowadays. Like, they're cheering when guy A turns heel and hits guy B, and then they cheer when guy B makes his comeback. And it's like, and like I said, with the This Is Awesome chants, what they're cheering not the individual wrestlers or the good guy or the bad guy. They're cheering the like performance itself.
Yeah.
And I kind of think like when Braun Breaker revealed himself and speared Roman through the barricade and stuff. I mean, that was a heel turn.
Yeah.
And they were cheering.
Mm-hmm.
No,
fans are smarter now. They like what they like.
But it's like, so in a way, it's kind of like Dominic Mysterio isn't really acting any different. He's still, the next night on Raw, he cheated to beat Penta, but I almost wonder, are they cheering for Dominic or are they cheering because, yay, we have a new champion? Like, yay, storyline progression.
That's a good point, because they, it's like, were they just tired of where it was and want something new? Is it like Triple H getting a new toy and that, you know what I mean? Is it new toy syndrome?
They won't boo Cena. The first time they fucking popped for anybody, it was Randy. And even I feel like that's going to fade out. I think the only way you're going to get Cena over as a heel, and you probably think I'm dumb, put Roman Reigns in that storyline against Cena.
No,
if you
that
want
works
to boo John Cena, put Roman Reigns in there, because they love Roman Reigns so much. I don't think they're going to boo Roman Reigns.
Yep. And if Cena goes over, fucking, I don't know. Put him over dirty. Put him over dirty.
Clean on fucking Reigns. I'll probably get pissed.
Super
Cena.
If he goes Super Cena on him, somebody make that meme right now. Somebody make
a Super heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a heel. Then you have to have him. You have to have him Super Cena, somebody that people love.
The burial of
that the adults love. Like, people love Cody. Cody's over. They like to sing along with his song, but Cody's Cody as a baby face, a white meat baby face, isn't Cody Rhodes as a heel. If Cody Rhodes turns heel tomorrow, people are the fucking adults are gonna love him again because Cody's fucking magic on the mic. For adults, for little kids, he's merchandise like a motherfucker. There's look in the crowd. There's every show has a little kid dressed up, and they're paying to make that fucking outfit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They have his coat on. They have everything on. He is over to the kids, kind of like Cena. Cena was over to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
When Cena brought out the spinner belt, then everybody turned on him. It was cool when he was the U.S. champion. When he did it to the fucking world championship, everybody turned on him. And then they released a rap album, and everybody's like, fucking this guy now. Because we were all fucking Cena fans. Don't lie. You guys can't say you weren't Cena fans when he was rapping. And even in his first year as a baby face, fucking huge Cena fan.
Yep.
Then everything when you had him stop fucking rapping, you had him stop doing everything that made people love him, which everybody loved Cody because all the shit he was doing on the indies as a super fucking heel. And cutting real fucking promos, not always about his dad, just about the business in general. Now every promo is about my dad this, my dad that. And goes for that cheap pop of Dusty Rhodes. Well, guess what, Cody? You're a fucking guy now. You're a guy. You don't need to live like your dad anymore. You know what I mean? He's a bigger star than his brother ever was. And I like Dustin Rhodes, but he's a bigger star than Dustin did at anything. Would you disagree?
Someone had mentioned at one, I think it was Vince Russo mentioned at one time, in a way he's burying Dusty as well, because every other promo he talks about the power getting shut off, but your dad's the superstar, like headlining events all over the country. Like it kind of buries Dusty in a way. Like
because you're showing that his real life was a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he fucking squandered his money away.
Yep, all that stardom, and you got nothing to show for it. You know, you can't pay your fucking light bill, and you made millions of dollars.
Yeah, you got guys like Buff Bagwell and Lex Luger who were fucking have million. They had no money once it fucking went away. They lost their job after they made millions and millions of dollars, and they didn't save any of it because they thought it would last forever. And Dusty and fucking Ric Flair did the same thing. That's why Ric Flair had to work till he was 800 years old.
I used to work at a strip club, and I mean, the dancers, I'd watch dancers walk out with $2,200 after being there for 4 hours, and they're there the next night. Like, I need to make $200 to pay my cell phone bill, and it's
cocaine.
Like you made some people's monthly income one night.
Yeah.
You're like, how do you not have enough to pay your phone bill?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
so were you like Ving Rhames in fucking striptease where you're like, got tendonitis in my hands because you had to? Was that you? Was that your job? You had to squeeze them?
Well, he was quality control.
He's an underrated fucking actor.
Ving Rhames?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him underrated. I mean,
he's great and everything.
I was gonna say, I think he's widely looked upon as like.
I don't think enough people talk about him, but he's good.
That I can see, but I mean, I don't really. You can't name one bad Ving Rhames performance. Like there isn't one. Yeah. Like there isn't.
I'm gonna go medieval on your ass. It's like the most quoted line. Like that. How many times is that parodied in other movies?
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's I don't know why we got on.
I don't even.
I want Ving Rhames on it. And because Tony was squeezing the titties and now he has something right there. Now I know.
That's not quality control. I misspoke. That's quality control.
Oh, Jesus.
Not koala titties. That's weird. Because koalas have what is it? Koalas are like disease-ridden little shits. They like carry like, is it syphilis or herpes or some shit like that? It's crazy. They like carry some insane disease. Like you look at them, they look at these cuddly little animals, and they're just like little vermin.
If Tessa Blanchard doesn't go over in this match, they're making the biggest mistake in company history.
Who's she working?
The champion.
Oh, Masha Slamovich.
Yeah. You want heat? Give her the fucking belt right now.
I'll put Tessa over. and over. And never mind. Anyway,
You can't buy the kind of heat she has.
no, I would love to. I would fucking love. Wait, no, never mind. Let me strike that from the. I mean,
Everybody be quiet. Pete, say it very loudly so the crowd can hear.
not for what she said, just the amount of heat she has. Like, I don't want that. I just want the heat from that. You know, if you could bottle that, you know, like we're talking about.
It's
bottling
only two
energy.
syllables. Be brave. Be brave.
No. That's one syllable. No. I know.
You're starting off. You're just kind of missing it in the middle there. Sorry.
Jesus. You're usually yelling at me.
I
Randy,
am. I'm just fucking around.
I know. Randy Orton defeated Joe Hendry. Dave didn't even rate it. Even rate it. No respect for this.
It was only fucking 3 minutes. Like, what were they going to rate it? It wasn't even really a match, but like fucking Joe Hendry made the most of his fucking minutes.
It was a quick showcase for Joe Hendry and more mainstream exposure than the TNA World Title has ever had.
Yeah, it was quote unquote a WrestleMania moment more than it was a match.
Yep.
And to make sure Randy got that big 20. So it was his 20th WrestleMania. So
people are going to argue with what I'm about to say, but you can go Google this and look it up. And I don't even have to look it up. I will guarantee, say 2009 and 2008 is probably their top year.
Yeah.
Or say, take every fucking pay-per-view house from the whole calendar year and see if it equals 60,000 people or 67, whatever they had. I guarantee it doesn't. Their biggest house ever is like 7,500 people. That's like the smallest AEW pay-per-view. Their biggest pay-per-view house is equivalent to AEW's smallest pay-per-view house. And we call AEW a failure. But people argue that they buried the TNA title. They didn't, because it was in front of fucking more people than it was in a whole calendar year at its peak.
Yep. Absolutely. No,
like their highest rated episode ever was the first episode Hogan was on, and it was on Monday against Raw, which is crazy. If you don't believe me, look it up. That's their highest rated. And if you account for the loss in like cable cutters and everything else, and people switching over to streaming and all that I think it was like a 3.2. That's probably like a fucking 0.9 now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't take in cost cutting. Like, people at our generation, anybody say, I think any millennial, I think it's like 25 to like 45. Like only 25% of us even have fucking cable. It's insane. Or maybe it's 18 to 45. I think it's 18 to 45. People only have that many. Well, you're a Gen Z because you're fucking old, but you get what I'm saying.
What a cocksucker.
So late Gen Zs to all the way fucking to us. You guys probably, maybe not Tony. I don't know how old he is, but Pete's really old.
You fucking assholes, like a year and a half. You're like a year and a half younger than me, you prick.
It's like,
I identify with Gen X, but I'm technically a millennial.
Were you born in the 70s, Pete?
No.
Oh, I thought you were. I don't know.
1980.
Oh, what month? Oh, April, right?
April. No. Yeah, it was the 19th. That was just
barely.
Birthday.
You were 2/3 created in the 1970s, so that counts.
Right.
Showed up with your dad to the party and left with your mom.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
I seen a funny ass shirt the other day. It said something like fucking, it was like a baby, like a onesie, and it was like, I did 9 months on the inside, escaped through a tunnel. Now I got to do 18 years probation. I'm like, that's fucking funny. I need somebody to have a kid so I could buy this.
I'll work on it. I just need to. Never mind. Anyway, Dave Meltzer's star ratings. So
the AARP, I like that.
You fuckers. Who the fuck said that? God damn it, Godzilla there. Wait, here, Godzilla here. Just so you know, Gashman is always with us. Gash. This
James is
so
a boomer. Still younger than Pete.
God damn it. Let's go out here. We had Logan Paul defeating AJ Styles, 3.5 stars. I heard a lot of criticism of this match.
It wasn't that greatest match, considering the two people that were in it.
Yes.
Because normally Logan Paul say what he wants. He has good matches.
Yep.
And AJ almost always has good matches. Just it wasn't that great.
No.
And
no,
I don't think
this is that 3.5 stars. I mean, for me,
it was used to push another angle.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I honestly think he's overshooting it, to be honest. I mean, it's good for what it was.
3 stars.
Logan.
That ain't gonna work
Yeah,
for
like,
me, brother.
The promo on Raw before this match had me looking forward to this, and then Karrion Kross doing that backstage promo talking about you don't know what this match entails. If some YouTuber can step into this business when I've been doing this 12 years and I'm not even booked on the show in my hometown. You're doing this for everyone, AJ. So that got me invested in the match more than anything. You know, that promo before on Raw and then Karrion Kross, and I'm still interested in what they're going to do with Karrion Kross, but the match was an afterthought.
I'm glad they got rid of that dumbass fucking stable with so I don't know if I'm glad they got rid of AOP again, because I mean they were over at some point in their career, in NXT, but Karrion Kross is better on his own, I think.
Yeah.
They really haven't done anything with him. They brought him back and everybody thought they were going to do something different with him this time. They didn't.
There you go.
Hollywood Pete.
There you go. I had to go take this off Darth Vader. Darth Vader was wearing it back there. I can't see with these fucking things on.
All right, let's get down there. I'm gonna.
All right, where's my glass?
This up here.
Yep. Let's see. So 3.5 stars for that. Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch and Bird Lady, Lyra Valkyria.
This gets more than 1.5 stars. I'll fucking eat my glass right here.
2 stars.
Jesus. All right, fuck.
Well, hope you're hungry.
Where's Jared to teach me how to eat glass? Jesus. Have you ever seen those videos of him eating a fucking light bulb? That's insane.
No.
Oh, I'll find one and show it to you.
I don't know if I could watch something like that.
Yeah, Jared can eat a light bulb.
I wouldn't ask him to do that. Isn't that
I've seen it.
That's insane. Jesus.
The Wingstop commercial before this match was more entertaining than the match itself.
Wingstop. That's too much inside baseball. Yeah, 2 stars for this match is generous, because they fucking just hot-shotted the titles to do a heel turn. They could have done it all at WrestleMania and then progressed the angle the next night, but Triple H is like, nah, I'm gonna let this go over. I don't know. That was a Vince McMahon.
After the year she's had, I'm sorry, Pete. After the year she's had, her performance in the Chamber, her performance in the Rumble, Liv Morgan deserved better than this for WrestleMania.
Yes. 100%.
She's going through the same thing Drew McIntyre is, only she's a slightly more successful.
Yeah. She deserved either Io or Bianca's spot more than they deserved their spot.
I think Liv and Io would have been much better. They would have had better chemistry.
Yeah.
Because Bianca, I'm not used to seeing Bianca sell anything, let alone take a pinfall.
Yeah. Well, she was a fucking baby face getting booed out,
Every arena was booing her because you and I, Tony, and I know you saw it online and you'd see it in the wrestling pages, in the chats and shit. oh, well, these fans are racist because they're booing Bianca. It's like, no, they're booing her the same reason they booed John Cena.
Yes.
Because they got absolutely sick and tired of Super Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. She's the female John Cena. That's what she is.
Like,
And
look at the people that won the Chamber and the Royal Rumble. Those were the last two people in both of those matches that anybody wanted to see win. Charlotte Flair and Bianca were the last two people anybody wanted to see win. They wanted to see somebody else win. Even John Cena, nobody wanted. I mean, it ended up turning into gold kind of a little bit until the main event actually happened. Like, but nobody wanted to see John Cena win the Elimination Chamber. I didn't, at least.
no, that was not in my. I don't think that was in my list of.
For me, those were the two people I said. As long as neither one of these win, and they both won the Elimination Chamber, I was kind of probably how you were about Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. Nobody saw that coming, though. Nobody had that at all.
No.
And then him winning the title on top of it? No, I didn't. No. I didn't think he was going to win the title, to be honest.
Like, I was happy when he won the Rumble. That was a nice surprise, but now in hindsight, I would have had Cena win the Rumble and had Jey Uso win the Chamber, because why would you go through 30 guys, be like this surprise win? First time in years that I haven't been able to call the winner of the Rumble like weeks in advance.
04 is probably the last time I could think. Benoit winning was probably where you didn't have him pick the top four at least.
Maybe when Cena returned from that injury like fucking 5 months early or whatever, no one was even expecting him to be in the Rumble. It may have been 08. But yeah, like then he comes out the next night, kind of goes back and forth, and then instead of choosing the big money main event night 2 of WrestleMania match, which only makes logical sense, may not make booking sense, but if you win the Royal Rumble, you get first choice between champions. Why would you pick the opening match in night 1? Why would you pick a title that's nowhere near depicted as prestigious as the WWE Championship? That alone in itself isn't a champion's mentality.
Neither title main event, neither the Royal Rumble winners main event in WrestleMania.
No.
So they just give it to Cena, and that way Jey Uso doesn't have the choice. He's going after Gunther, Yeah. But it was a nice surprise, don't get me wrong. Like, I was jazzed after he won it just because I didn't see it. Like, when it ended up between him and Cena, I'm like, all right, Cena's going to win it. My first choice was Punk, and then he got eliminated, so.
I think that ended well, though, the way the whole Punk and storyline went. I don't know. That match didn't need a title.
Yeah.
It was good without. They had Paul Heyman title. Paul Heyman.
it was the fat Jewish guy in a pole match, bro. Bro, we're putting this big fat Paul Heyman who's suing me, bro. There's a lawsuit, bro.
All right, let's get on to the fucking main event. I'm very interested. I have not looked at the star ratings for this.
All right, main event. Here we go. John Cena. Oh, fucker. Stop. What the fuck? John Cena defeats Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
I don't know, bro. John Cena defeats fucking Cody Rhodes to win the undisputed 1 3/4 stars.
He was generous. He was generous.
This match never got out of second gear.
No.
I got an extra star because Cody used to work for AEW.
Yeah.
It was a 1/4 star match before that.
Again, like, the cheers in the audience are coming from the same cheers in the audience in 2012. These kids are grown up now. And that was their hero. But Cena was working as a heel, so he wasn't really playing to the crowd at all, but they would still cheer everything he did. And meanwhile, Cody's playing to the crowd, and they're booing him or just kind of staying flat.
Would you have liked the match better even for what it was, if The Rock had came out instead of Travis Scott. Because I would have. I think Travis Scott had no fucking place in that match whatsoever.
If that would have happened, I would have enjoyed that. It makes sense for him to come out, but I would have still considered this match just kind of killing time until The Rock did show up. Like they did their spots. It didn't congeal for me.
How long should they keep Cody off TV? Because if they bring him back right now, they've lost. I think the only way to save Cody's face is to keep him off till the summer. And then he might get a pop when he returns.
But will they do that?
They need to.
Oh,
his match needs to be with Travis Scott or The Rock.
The Rock ain't coming back though, dude. Like he's the final boss is stepping back into the shadows. I called Cody and I called John and I told him I think my work is done. It's like you haven't even done anything. Like,
okay, so let's go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, he did the one promo, and right now I think this is bigger than that. I think this is a pissing contest between The Rock and Triple H that Triple H will ultimately lose.
Yeah. Well, at the thing, at the press conference, they were talking, was Travis Scott ever going to have a match? And you're like, we'll see. This is his full-time job now. That match needs to be against Cody Rhodes. You will get Cody Rhodes back over as a babyface if you have him squash Travis Scott. And I mean, he's got to fucking beat the fuck out of him. Like that. And it can't, like quick squash match. It has to be a squash match, but he has to beat the fuck out of him.
I'm not a fucking a Cody fan, but he's got a receipt. Travis does coming for that shot to the fucking ear. So you make this match and Cody cuts a promo. It can be a fucking pre-recorded gimmick where he's like just calling him out. So you still want to keep him off TV, right?
Yeah.
So you have him record it and Travis Scott, you want to walk around with that hardcore title like you've done anything to earn that. Everybody says, everything's been handed me, blah, blah, blah. I hear what everybody says. Well, how about you and me have a hardcore match then? Why don't you put something like that? And that's where Cody can just beat the living shit out of him.
Or Travis comes out to cause even if you want to bring him back right now, don't bring him back before the pay-per-view. Travis Scott comes out to help fucking John Cena at Backlash, and then Cody's music hits, and he beats the fuck out of Travis Scott. Didn't even have to wrestle him, just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way you're going to get Cody over again, and you got to keep him away from Cena for a while. Mm-hmm. They ruined Cody Rhodes. They really did. I know you weren't a big Cody fan already, but I think they fucked him. They buried him pretty bad.
I never want to see Travis Scott again.
No,
but you're right. If I did, I'd like to see him getting the shit kicked out of him. So
yeah.
Yep.
And we're gonna see him again. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
He had no business in that main event. Mm-hmm. And people were expecting The Rock to walk out behind him, and then The Rock didn't walk out behind him.
Yeah. Everyone in the world watching at that moment was like, it's showing his lower third, and everyone's looking over Travis Scott's shoulder for The Rock to come strolling out.
They're not going to not let him in there. They fucking Triple H loves him.
Yep. He'll keep me cool and hip. I'm going to have Travis Scott
even
around.
If Triple H doesn't love him, they're paying him to love him.
Yep. The Rock's probably the one that likes him, and he told Triple H, "You gotta put this kid on."
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? Master P is in AEW. What year is it?
Yeah, Master P was on AEW. Was it? I think it was Dynamite, right? Not Collision.
I was gonna say.
Oh, maybe it was Collision. I don't remember.
I was gonna ask if he brought all the other No Limit soldiers on, if they're all dead.
No, he was with the Ops, which makes sense.
Who are the Ops?
Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Shibata and Powerhouse Hobbs now. I think Hook died. I'm hoping. I don't know if Hook died. If he didn't, here's wishing. I don't know. God damn it. I missed the fucking end of that match.
I'll take Master P over Diddy.
Yeah,
This is in hindsight.
absolutely. From Master P from the Calliope Projects in New Orleans. Are you about it? I've been listening to Master P since he was what was that? They had True, all that. Oh my god, yeah, old school fucking Master P. I saw the Cash Money. Was it Cash Money? I've always wanted to go to No Limit. I never went to a No Limit like concert. I went to Cash Money and Rough Riders. They were all at the same venue. That was pretty cool.
Same microphone.
James, who won the Tessa Blanchard match?
I fucking missed it because I was talking to you. God damn it. I'm serious. I seriously did miss the end of the match.
All right, I'm going to Twitter. We'll find out. We'll find out here. Let's see. Explore. TNA. TNA Rebellion. Oh, wow. No
What?
way.
What happened?
The result of the match. Do you want me to spoil it, or you?
I wish you would, because you fucking made me miss it.
Masha Slamovich made Tessa tap out and retain the title.
Jesus, that's stupid. I mean,
They should-
it is not what it is, stupid. I mean, it would be better off to have Tessa fucking cheat and win it and have her fucking chase the title for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because where do you go with Tessa now?
Yep. Did you just bury her for no reason?
They don't have any other female stars, like stars in there. They lost Jordan Grace to WWE. They're gonna have to bring women in from NXT to face fucking Slamovich now. Whatever. I don't know. I think it was dumb.
No, they should have put Tessa over in that. That made sense at that point. That's smart booking. Because you can have Masha chase, and then you can build a few other females up in the meantime.
You've already fucking brought her back. You're not going to get any more heat as a company that you already have by putting the fucking belt on her. You already brought her back.
Yep.
So,
what about Dana Ash by Elegance?
well, she's a tag team. She's a tag team champion.
They're tag champions right now.
Yeah. I mean, WWE kind of ruined her as a star, in my opinion. I mean, I think that gimmick's better for her that she does in TNA, but
yeah. Well, that covers the star rankings for WrestleMania. I think we're pretty well good here at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. All right, Tone. Thanks for joining, buddy.
Yeah, it was a blast. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, brother. And you guys can check me out over on my channel, Wrestling with Horror, tomorrow night live, 8:05 Eastern. We're not covering Raw anymore. We are doing variety tomorrow night. We have Hot Takes with Casey, and AI Songs are a couple of the games we'll be playing. We will be talking some wrestling news, and we'll be talking some fun pop culture stuff, and also, of course, we'll talk some video games. And you can follow us on X at Awful Wrestling X, right? Awful Wrestling X.
And it's Awful Wrestling X on everything.
Awful Wrestling X on it's all we need t-shirts, All Wrestling X, everything. It's gotta be everything. All Wrestling X, everything. Everything. Isn't it Uri? Like Uri, ERRY. Isn't that how the kids say it?
I'm not joining you on this one.
You'll fucking do it.
Oh, well, no, I'm done.
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us in the chat. If y'all been watching on X over there, or on my channel, or on the Awful Wrestling's channel, thank you very much. We will see you guys later. No outro tonight. Just saying goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.